It's a shake of the day shakedown in the Chippewa Valley, you guys. Unbelievable headlining coming out of the Leader Telegram recently about the Big T's Saloon. You've been to Big T's. Its owner is now facing legal trouble after undercover special agents busted them for having a shake of the day bar dice game with almost $40,000 in the jackpot.
Shameful.
Just crazy.
I thought they were from the
ATF,
wasn't it? More the ATF, or was it just the boring IRS agents?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was like this was like a CIA operation.
I mean, that's wild.
But I guess somebody went in and put $2,000 into the shake of the day. And then they later got kicked out of the bar for some reason. And then their friend reported the bar to the Department of Revenue, who then busted him. And now the owner's facing charges. But bar dice, is it really gambling? I mean, is it really illegal? It's everywhere.
I just want to say that if I had an extra $2K laying around, rather than put it into Big T's, shake o' the day.
Scratch offs.
No, I would go to the local store, Volume 1 World Headquarters, and I would buy T-shirts for everybody. T-shirts on the house. You get a T-shirt. You get a T-shirt. You guys get a T-shirt. Everybody gets a T-shirt.
Yeah, you'd Oprah that too.
I mean, at this point, what constitutes gambling in a bar?
Right now, you're just gambling with your life to even be in a bar.
Well, when we used to do, there were cakewalks, silent raffles. Is that also gambling? I mean, if
cakewalks? That's a thing in bars?
No, not bars, but church. I mean, we're talking establishments. I mean, a world without meat raffles is not a world that I want to dance in. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you.
There is something that religious organizations and maybe veterans groups and stuff are exempt from this illegal gambling thing, so they can do things like meat raffles and other.
Can they do shake of the day?
Probably, yeah, probably. Or you could just call yourself a religious organization.
I mean, you haven't
start
lived
a cult.
Hey, you spent time at Big T's. That
is a religious
experience.
I have been in there, and it was. I definitely felt like an outsider.
Well, in full disclosure, I should say, they actually one time, since they won the best Bloody Mary
and they are.
Valley,
I highly
they
recommend.
invited the entire Volume 1 staff to come down and all have, did we all have Bloody Marys?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They made 15 Bloody Marys for us.
And so we should.
It's incredible.
That's a journalistic full disclosure we got to put out there.
They buttered you up.
So I'm on Big T's
side. So we're
here.
totally fine with that.
I am completely on Big T's side.
Oh, me too.
Pro-gambling.
I don't think you've lived until you've had a Bloody Mary shake of the day at Big T's on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, I guess. They're just trying to help out their community.
It's called hashtag culture.
Man, everybody needs whatever they can to survive in a pandemic right now. These businesses, if they have to resort to illegal gambling to stay open, then I support them.
Yeah, hey, and if somebody
That's an official statement from Volume 1.
maybe there's an essential worker that goes in and wins $40,000. That's kind of a heartwarming story.
I wish
to me.
I would have known
before
they got busted.
A Hail Mary heartwarming story.
Undercover agents going into Big T's and busting them for gambling. That sounds like a plot out of a season of Fargo. And I think I've said this before, and I'm going to say it many times on this podcast, I'm guessing, but they need to make a season of Fargo that is based in set in Eau Claire. There's plenty of stories. And somebody get me on the phone with FX.
I agree 100%. I even think a little bit north of here, you go up to the lake cities up north, that's where the Chicago mob used to hang out.
That's true.
Probably are still up there, actually.
We could become the new capital of illegal activity.
There's a great website that shows what it is today. There's a bait shop, and it used to be a brothel. It's great. You just got to Google it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, if we could be the epicenter of crime, I think that would be cool. So get out there and do some crimes, Chippewa Valley.